I'm Dr. Cindy Davis Evans with the Cindy Davis Show, and today we're welcoming back a powerhouse vocalist and a friend of the show, Lettrice Lawrence. The last time she joined us, she left us inspired with her incredible voice and uplifting spirit. This time, she's back with new music and a lot to share about what's been keeping her busy. Welcome back to one of show's favorite guests, Lettrice Lawrence. Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you for coming back. It's good to talk to you again, Latrice. You've been busy uh doing a lot since the last time you were here. You have a new indie sitcom, new music, all of my help. And we're going to get to that. But first, I want to find out how have you been since you were last here?
You know, that's an interesting question because I know that I was outside near a lake the last time. I believe
Hmm.
it was. I know that that's what it was, the interview, and it was a very serene, atmosphere and so forth. But I've been in the studio working
Well,
on
how
the
you
album.
been? How you been? I'm talking about you, girl. I'm talking about Latrice. How have you been mentally, physically? How are you keeping your peace? I know you like to go to the lake and just enjoy that. That's kind of like your comfort zone, you know?
Right.
Where you kind of gather your thoughts, your meditation and everything. So I guess that's what you've been doing, just been trying to keep your peace together and staying focused.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I switched gears because I remember October. I can tell you honestly, October through about maybe like March, I was really struggling with depression because of this administration,
Mm,
all this stuff going on, and missing my parents. And I'm gonna tell you,
mm.
it was really getting to me the things that were going on in the world, the ugliness.
Yeah, I know
So
what you mean.
I remember in January we were working on this song, All of My Help, and I said to them, "No, I don't want you guys to write the song with me, my producers." I told them, "I want to do this by myself. There's a message that has to come from me because I feel like I have to do something about all these things that's going on." And literally, God just literally took over, spoke to my spirit, and I began writing about all the things that were going on. And literally, I put in the song pieces of people that lost their homes in the fire. I
Mm,
even said at one point, I look all
mm,
around me and everything's burned. Um, I referred to our Constitution and how democracy, with everything was going on, and I said, America's bleeding, the dreams now deferred. Speaking of Martin Luther King's dream. So I went in, it was almost like poetry, but I
mhm.
talked about the pain that people was carrying, but that God was still all of our help in the midst of all of that. And that if we come together in unity and bind together, we could get through this. And at one point I said, we will live and we will not die. A united front, just you and I. So in other words, we'll get through this together.
Mm.
I think
Wow.
I began my piece through this song. I began my own piece through this
Mm.
song.
Doesn't it start with you though? Isn't that something? It really does start with, it really does
Yeah.
start with you first before it goes abroad.
And that's, I think I've been going through a journey these last couple of years because my song, it starts with me, was setting us up for this new song
Yeah,
because
think about it.
I went through an inward journey with the song. It starts with me, then it went into this song, and I'm like, it just, it's been a journey, but through this journey, this song is gonna bring healing to people.
Mm,
When people tell you, I can't wait for a song to come out,
yeah.
and it's several people like, I can't wait. It makes me happy. It makes me happy, and I know this song is going to be huge because it's going to bring about healing throughout the land, throughout the world. And I am honored that God is going to use me as a mouthpiece to do it because, we really need to do it because it's a lot is going on.
It's a lot going on in the world. I mean, it really is a lot, and people need to be reminded of who they help, of of whom their help comes from. It's not going to be the government. It's not going to be, you
Hello?
know, hello? Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, as I was saying, people need to realize whom their help comes from. It's not going to be from the government, it's not going to be from without, but we have to look to the hills which comes our help, and our help comes from the Lord. That this was taken from Psalms 121 and 2.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Our help comes from the Lord. This is it's a timely message that we need now more
It
than
really,
ever.
it really is.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and play a little bit of
I,
it here. Listen to some of
oh,
the lyrics.
All of my help comes from you, Lord. All of my help, all of my help comes
Wow,
from you,
that's a
Lord. All
powerful
of my
message. Who's a producer for your song, for this song?
my producers was Brandon Ford and Devin Shaw, and it just, like I said at first, it took time. I kept doing recording after recording. We kept redoing the verses and redoing all of it because we wanted to make sure that it was the strongest and most powerful takes that we could do because we knew that how important it was. And when they heard the lyrics of the song, they said, Lettrice, this is a theme song for the
Mm-hmm.
world. This is going to be something that's going to be healing.
Yes.
So it's got to be really wonderful. And the thing that was great is that we had a really good person to mix it and
Mm-hmm.
master it, and he saw the vision as well. And it just fell into place. And literally, I play it to encourage myself.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And this is, it's different because I've had a lot of songs that I've listened to that I've created and I've had to practice for shows for them and different things. But this one is different because it inspires me and it helps me to get through some dark times when I go through it. So
Yeah.
it's not something I'm trying to just sell to other people and just,
Mm.
get people on the bandwagon about it's done something for my spirit. And
Right.
so I'm like, if you can do something for
For you, then if it can do something for you, it can bless the world.
because there's a healing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's a healing that's gonna come because a lot of people are really broken behind all the things that's going on and the immigration and all this other stuff that's happening and the racism, the ugly, the blatant racism that's going on and the ugliness, the division in our state, it's the
Yes.
division in our world. with people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, create when you create chaos in diversity, it's to me that's ridiculous. We have enough going on, and then you make it worse with racism and
Right.
diversity. It just, saddens me. So I definitely address these issues in a very respectful way, but I addressed these issues in the song, and so it's just, I don't know, it's just blown me away. It's just blown me away. So I mean, it's like the whole experience of creating it and the
Mm-hmm.
anticipation of getting it out, and it releases Friday, and I'm so excited about it because I know that it's gonna bless people, and literally I'll probably be up at 12 in the morning.
The anticipation of the song dropping and everything uh
Right,
is exciting, and
right.
at the same time you know that it's going to heal and help to heal people right where they are. What's something new that you learned about yourself when you were recording this song?
Um, Patience,
Patience.
because
Mm-hmm.
because it took time for this song to get perfected. It wasn't just I went in there and I recorded it just like that. And it was, one take and it was recorded. I've had songs that have been easy like that. But
Mm-hmm.
this song took time because the message had to be just right. And it had to be a song that carried people through. So when something is that special, it has to be done right. It has to
Absolutely.
hit right. It has to build up right. It's to
Mm-hmm.
begin and end right. And so I learned patience through this, and through this whole time, I have noticed that God has been calming my spirit in every direction of my life when things have been coming up. And it's been through this process of releasing this song, and He's been teaching me patience, and He's been teaching me to look at the signs that He's been giving me. He's been speaking to me, so I can honestly say this has been a really interesting journey throughout getting this song ready for the world, But
Yeah.
I am honored that He chose me to do it. That's the way I
Yeah.
feel. I'm honored that He chose me
Honored.
to do it.
Yeah, yeah, that he's using you as a vessel. Tell us about now you've also since the last time you were here, we did talk a little bit about your indie sitcom production, Alyssa and Mahogany. Um, how did that come about?
Oh, well, that came about. I've been friends with DeAndre Little. His media group is DLC Concepts. And I really, I knew that he was doing movies, and I mean, he would want to do movies, and I knew he was getting ready to start doing auditions and TV shows. And at first, he was going to do uh, something with Countess Vaughn, and he was going to do, he was going to do this show with the one of the original members of the Moesha, and the show with Monique and Countess Vaughn, and he was gonna do something, and it was gonna be something with just them, and it was gonna be their characters, and I was gonna come in, and I was gonna do this character. Her name was Julia, and
Hmm.
that was their friend that was a singer, and she basically was gonna get married on the show. That was generally the idea, and I auditioned for it, and I did an audition, and I sang a song and wrote a song for the character because she lost her mother and so forth, and I just literally lost my mom in
Ah,
2022,
yeah.
and I auditioned and I did the dialogue, and then I actually sung, and he said that everybody on the board that saw it cried. He said it just blew them away. That the interview, the audition was powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the part of Julia, and as time went on, things changed, and he had this thing happen with CBS, and he couldn't use the likeness of the characters because they were reflective of Moesha and the character, and it was very, very, you know, reflective of Countess Vaughn's character on the Parkers. So
Mm.
he came up with another idea, Alyssa Mahogany, and Tweet was going to be one of the cast members and another young lady. And so it just, and so basically it was just them. And then that something happened with that. And he said to me, Lettrice, I'm being steered to place you as the lead, Mahogany. And I'm like, really? He said, yeah, I think that we should go away from Julia and we should make you I think you should be, it should be that. And I'm like, really? And he said, yeah, would you like to do that? And I said, oh, I so would like to do that.
I was
I
wondering how that happened because, yeah, so now you are the star of the show, Mahogany.
Right. And then,
Yes,
and
man.
Alisa, of course. And
Hmm.
so the original person, that I was going to work with for Lisa, the role of Alisa, is Deatra T. Savage. But something
Hmm.
happened and she had to leave. He's actually going to be replacing three characters. And so her character is going to be replaced. But that's why we haven't done another episode yet, because he's replacing three characters of the show. But, you know, something happened and they could no longer do the show. But we're
How
going to
did
be
you learn?
starting
How?
back.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're
That
going to be
last part.
starting
Oh, you're going to be
and
starting that.
and filming again because we still have 7 more episodes to do. So
Okay.
we have a lot of work to get done. So I'm looking forward to it. But we do have the first episode, Return to Home, on Royal K Network. And Royal K Network, you can get that through Roku channel, the Apple TV channel. Then you can also go online to Royal K Network and subscribe. It's almost like when you subscribe to Paramount
Right.
Plus or Amazon or anything like that. So
Right.
it's like a $4.99 subscription, but that's on there, the first episode, and it's really good. And so looking forward, to pressing forward to finishing the season. I think it's gonna be
Will there be a kiss scene?
uh I hope not, because because my husband has been asking me about that. It's really hilarious. Ricky E. Taylor is my TV husband. Sweet, and we have real chemistry, on the show. But it's like
Right.
my husband was like, "Yeah, he better not kiss you." He made that clear, and I was like, "Oh, honey, I don't think it's gonna be anything. He might peck me on the cheek or something like that, but I don't
Uh-huh.
think it's gonna be anything like that. No harm. What is it? What is it? The Harlequin romance kisses or anything like that. I don't think.
Anything like that. Okay.
Right.
Oh, how do you learn your line?
That's interesting. How, that question, because a lot of people have asked me that. Um, it's
Uh-huh.
interesting because I write them down. I
Uh-huh.
take pen and paper and I write them down and see how much I can remember. That's one method. Another method is I record on my phone the whole episode. And I do everybody's part. And my husband, when he first saw me, he was like, "What are you doing?" And so that way I can listen to it in the car. I can listen to it wherever, when I'm cooking,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And so that way I know how the episode flows. And I can come in on my parts and go over and over and over till I get it. But that way I know how my parts are going to flow with the other characters involved. So a lot of
Okay.
times, they'll look at me crazy, but I know some of their parts because I recorded the whole thing myself and acted it out and practiced it that way so I can learn it and absorb it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I do it that way. And I kind of do that with my singing. I listen to the recorded version of my song over
Mm-hmm.
and over and practice. And then I'll take the instrumental and do it too. That way, I'm ready for the live performance. So it's kind of the same, but it's a little different. But the process is more intense, and my respect for actors, just the bar went up. I was like, oh my God, actors are just awesome people. Lord have mercy, they work hard. Because it's
Yeah.
no joke. The work is hard, learning it. But it's very rewarding because when it comes together, it's so exciting when it's done.
Yeah. Once
And
it
the
all
process,
comes
yeah,
together.
once it all comes together. But the process, because they have to do different angles of you, so you might have to do your lines several times because they have to do different angles of you
Mm-hmm.
and of the shots of the scenes. So it's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding, and you get to learn a lot about people and how you mesh and and everything. And no one really talks about this, but you know, you just you have to have mutual respect for everybody on the set and the director, and everybody has their own personalities and everything. And so I actually saw, like, like I'd heard lots of stories about different shows and how there were people who hated each other and couldn't stand one another. And you like,
Mm-hmm.
that can't be possible. But it can be possible because people have different personalities and so
Yeah.
forth and so on. And so there has to be a mutual respect, and it has to be like ground rules given to people because everybody is different. They have different quirks and the way they operate, and basically, you just have to find out how everybody is, and work well with them and be respectful. And so it's a life learning experience. So I'm glad that I got to experience this because I had never been on a TV show before. I sung a song and it was aired on FX for a TV show called Snowfall, and I was on the music department in 2017, but I had never actually been on a TV show. So this is a unique experience for me, and I had also been in a NAACP nominated play, but I had never been in a TV series. So it's a new experience. It's a really
Yeah.
new experience, and it's been an interesting journey. It really has.
Yeah. Can you name one thing that a funny thing that happened on the set or something that is memorable that you will never forget?
Yes, it's when my TV son said to my TV daughter, he said, he told her that she looked like Urkel. And it was something that was from the hip that he just said. And everybody died laughing. And we had to do it, of course, do the scene again. But the director incorporated that into the scene because it was so funny how he did that. So Jaden is hilarious. Jaden loves he's crazy, but he's a sweetheart, and I'm
Hmm.
really glad that he's my teenage son. And in this project because he's totally amazing, and his little sister Jaden is hilarious.
Well,
And Farley,
thank you.
his little Miss Farley, his little sister is totally hilarious. She's a little cutie pie. She's 14, but she looks like she's 9 because she's so tiny.
Oh, is
So
she? Oh my goodness.
she's
Oh,
14, but she
wow.
doesn't look it. She looks like
No.
she's a
Wow.
kid. And so literally she plays the part and she's just such a cutie pie. She's funny. She's really funny. And so her role is Scarlett, and his role is Makai. And so they always getting into it or whatever. They're just hilarious. They congratulate each other, but they've got the typical sibling rivalry. And so that was the funny part when he said that to her. We all roared into laughter. It was funny.
One of
Yeah.
those great outtakes, I bet. Um,
Yes, it was. It
it
was.
was, huh?
Hmm.
Now, closing, what would you say to those who are still trying to make their dreams come true, wondering if it's worth it? What's one piece of encouragement that you can share with them today?
Okay, well, I would tell them to follow their dream, do not give up, and definitely give into the process because you're going to make some mistakes. And you want to give yourself grace and not be hard on yourself because you bump your head along the road. Also, there are going to be people that you're not going to get along with or agree with. And you can't take it personal, hold on to it, and carry that. You learn from every experience and grow from it. And when you
Mm-hmm.
see an opportunity that's not going to be dangerous, but it's an excellent opportunity, you jump on it.
Mm.
If people get mad about it, that's their problem. But you have to do what's best for you. And a lot of times in this industry, it's not about talent, it's about who you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's about how unique you are, how
Mm-hmm.
present you are on the internet and on social media. And it's about how you present yourself a lot of
Yeah.
times, in
Yeah.
this business because people's attention spans are short. So you
Yeah.
have to, really capture their attention. You have to be unique and you have to create excellent things because people are very critical. And when they are critical, you have to learn that everybody's going to have their opinion. But as
Mm-hmm.
long as you're true to yourself and you know what your mission is with the music, that's what's important. That you don't lose focus with that because you can't be, you definitely can't be thin-skinned in this particular industry because if you
Yeah.
do, it'll destroy you. So that's what
Yeah.
I would say to someone young or that's starting out or that's coming into this industry. Be true to yourself and be
Yeah.
careful the image you put out because that's the image you're gonna have to stay with. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Much success to
Thank
you on the new
you. Thank
music.
you.
Can't wait for it to come out. Thank you, Latrice, for stopping by and sharing with us what you've been up to. And we look forward to your future projects.
Thank you. And God bless you. And I look forward to being invited on because I love it every time I come on your show.
I love talking to you, girl. You know how we do it.
Oh yeah, it's like we're sisters catching that. Yes, I love it
Exactly.
too. So,
All righty then. Well, God bless you and much success to you.